Did you know Clint Eastwood once did a western in which, believe it or not, he sings? The film is called Paint Your Wagon and it's one of the most divisive of all of Clint's films. Some just couldn't get on board with it, and others view the film as an underrated masterpiece. In this video we're going to look back at this film and decide whether it worked or not. This video was requested by channel member John Eastwood. If you wish to request what I review on the channel, please consider clicking the join button below and select the request tier. Or indeed simply become a channel member on any tier just to support the channel for a small amount each month. Funnily enough, for a guy like Clint Eastwood who was known for westerns, it's crazy to think that a western was actually one of his most unique films. Paint Your Wagon really stands out because it's not your typical western at all. This movie combines the rugged charm of the Wild West with the joyful flair of a musical.
They preach against it every Sunday, but I don't think God's listening. You know why? Because he's here in glorious California.
It does take a little bit of time to get used to the man you saw in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly burst into song. I have to admit, it is a bit like, whoa, okay Clint, we're here you know mate, we're watching. What are you doing singing to yourself there son?
Her heart was made of holidays, her smile was made of dawn.
But eventually you understand what they're going for and it starts to kind of work. The movie just gets under your skin in a really pleasant and breezy way. Paint Your Wagon tells the story of two gold prospectors, played by Clint Eastwood and Lee Marvin, who find themselves in a love triangle with a woman named Elizabeth, played by Jean Seberg. The movie is about the ups and downs of love, friendship and the two men's struggle and dream of striking it rich. Eastwood and Marvin did their own singing, and they were both quite good. There is just a genuine charm this film has. There's a sense of relaxation that washes over you when you hear these songs.
There's more than just gold.
Gold is enough.
That's buried below.
Beautiful gold.
There's seed in the ground,
Lovable gold.
just waiting to grow.
There's an invisible magic to Paint Your Wagon, and I feel like it's one of those films where the unique elements took years to resonate, but nowadays you watch it and wish for films like this to come back. It takes you back to a different time where films had a sense of escapism that, dare I say it, they perhaps lack now. Songs like Wandering Star are very good, and a very touching one is I Talk to the Trees, when Clint really tugs at your heartstrings.
I talk to the trees, but they don't listen to me. I talk to the stars, but they never hear me.
This song is very important as it sets the stage for the unfolding drama. Say what you want about Eastwood, whether you wanted to see him sing or not, the dedication in the performance is clearly there. He delivers it heartfelt and with a lot of emotional weight. This is the moment where things start to get real and the stakes are greatly increased, pulling the audience into a tension that has been bubbling under the surface. I love how the film starts where you're introduced to the wild, untamed nature of the gold rush era. The tone is immediately unleashed, mixing humour and musicality, and it's immediately clear you're in for something new and experimental for the western genre. Eastwood and Marvin prove themselves to be pretty funny right away with a lot of comedic timing, and their contrasting personalities make for some very entertaining moments that raise a smile. One of the scenes that the film is best known for is the grand musical number in which the entire town comes together to celebrate the discovery of gold. It's vibrant, energetic and heartfelt. It feels so genuine, it takes you back to a different time of community, showing how people can come together during difficult times as well as joyful ones. It's not just about the gold, it's about the connections that are formed along the way. There's a sense of camaraderie and humour that really does capture a spirit, mood and energy that just doesn't seem to exist anymore on screen. You could never have a town acting like that in a film today, we just wouldn't buy it, we're too cynical. It's great to have a look back at a time when a town could come together and you believed it. Joshua Logan's direction is very ambitious. He of course aims to create a fresh take on the western genre. His vision is evident in the striking and colourful visuals, and of course he captures the expansive landscapes very well. I must admit it's a bit jarring, and I don't know if Joshua Logan balances the tones very well. The film can suddenly shift and it can feel like two different films in one, so he perhaps didn't get it perfectly right. But also it's this very juxtaposition that leads to some of the film's greatest moments, but also some of its most head scratching ones.
I said sink into the pit! I said sink into the pit! Well, I'll be goddamned.
I can see why it caught people off guard, and some understandably said they didn't go to a western to see Clint Eastwood sing. I get it, and sometimes it doesn't work perfectly, but I do think with the luxury of time and the full context of Eastwood's career, you can look back on it with some affection and admiration that they took this risk. Everyone involved was dedicated to making the film work, and while it doesn't always, it can be a bit random and cringy, the enthusiasm that was clearly there on this project shines through. And I'm a big fan of Clint Eastwood's weirder movies. The Beguiled, Honky Tonk Man, Play Misty for Me, and Paint Your Wagon. I mean, I really respect how Clint thought outside the box in an era where it wasn't exactly financially smart to do so. He's a true artist, and movies like this show that. Clint was known for his masterpieces that everyone remembers, but it's perhaps films like this that give Clint an interesting history that not many actors at the time had, and looking back at Clint's experiments is perhaps just as fun as looking back at his classics. Thanks for watching. Please let me know what you think of Paint Your Wagon in the comments below. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend checking it out. It's definitely worth watching if you're a Clint Eastwood fan, or a fan of classic westerns in general, or even if you haven't seen it for years. It might be the viewing where it all clicks into place for you. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing if you love analysis and retrospectives on classic and cult films, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.